The Up and Adam Show is sponsored by the Topflix app. Discover your next favorite movie and TV series and where to stream it. Explore trending titles, popular trailers, entertainment news, and much more, all in one free app. Download it on the App Store today for free. Thank you and enjoy the video.
Hey everyone, Adam Lupus here from the Up and Adam Show. How's everyone doing today? It's a nice cold Tuesday in Toronto. I almost forgot what day it was because that's how it is in quarantine in the pandemic. So I'm actually here with a good friend of mine. We actually connected through Instagram, and he has the well-known page called Brothers from Brooklyn on Instagram. It's an Italian-inspired page with memes, Italian content, Italian food, you name it. It's everything Italian. And it's run by two brothers, and one of them I'm talking with today. His name is Anthony Lopresti. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, perfect. Not many people know how to say it right, but there you go.
I should know how to say it because I'm Italian, right? So Anthony Lopresti. There you go. I got to roll the R too. Anthony Lopresti. And, and he's actually well known on Instagram for Brother Anthony, calling him that. So introducing Brother Anthony. How's it going, dude?
Hello there. Thank you for having me on the show. I really appreciate your time.
No problem, dude. It was actually a pleasure chatting for about 15 minutes before this, talking about all these funny stories and stuff, man. You know, you kill me, dude. It's hilarious.
I'm an old-fashioned nonna, like at heart, so we can just talk about anything, you know, cups, dishes, silverware, tablecloth, upholstery, you name it. You gotta just talk about anything with
that and food, especially.
Oh, food's a sensitive subject. Gotta take it easy with food.
I know, I especially on Sundays, you know, like the Sugo Sundays and everything.
Sundays are wonderful. I mean, you just walk into the house, you know, and this is what I always see when I walk in. I see my aunt, and she's just like so adorably rolling up cold cuts, and on that, like the big white platter. It's just such a cute thing.
What kind of cold cuts you got though?
The prosciutto. We try to stay somewhat healthy. We do Alpine leaf Swiss cheese. It's supposedly the lowest sodium. But it doesn't matter because we have pounds of Parmigiano all over the table. So why are you contradicting yourself for? I don't get that. But,
no, my favorites are prosciutto di Parma. Then you got capicolo. Then you gotta have the extra spicy capicolo though.
You're a spicy guy?
Honestly, I love spicy stuff, but it really like screws my stomach up. But I love it though.
I'm a girl. I'm scared of spicy stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I can't lie.
No, I love spicy. Just every time I eat it, it destroys my stomach, and you can only imagine how it comes out after. I'm done. I can't even sit down on the chair. I'm like,
yeah, you're dancing in the toilet.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, but dude, it's so crazy that we're talking because I found you through Hardcore Italians, and I saw your funny videos and stuff. You make me die laughter. First off, so
thank you.
I
appreciate that.
No problem, dude. And first, I want to know about your upbringing. I want to start when you were a kid. Were you always this outgoing guy, very funny, very like trying to make friends and everything? Like, how was it when you were?
Well, basically, there's like, you know, two parts to it. I used to be extremely overweight, but it never affected me. But then out of the blue, I guess it did start to affect me. I mean, I don't want to get all sad here because that's not what my page is about.
No, it's okay.
It's so extremely like weird. I don't want to be inappropriate, but I used to be like 12, 13, about 180, 200 pounds. And I wasn't embarrassed to go outside. Like I would literally go outside my house in boxers, you know, just picture that, like, you know, naked, and not to be funny, but I never cared about it. That's what I'm trying to convey. And then one day when I was in high school, I don't know why I had extreme back pains. I had extreme like swollenness all over my body. So I was like, I got to calm down with all that stuff. So that's what motivated me to lose weight. But as far as my upbringing, I've always been surrounded by my nonna. Like, hopefully we could talk about this later on. All the skits that I make, there's no exaggeration at all. I literally made a skit about me wanting to go to work with my nonna. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. He'll wake me up. And I was like, no, I don't want to go to work with you. He's like, okay, I'm going to fix it. He went in the bathroom. He took a bucket of ice cold water. He threw it on me. 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm 11 years old. Who gets treated like this nowadays? You know? So I grew up the right way. And I'm assuming you did too. So
absolutely, dude.
It's amazing.
That's awesome, dude. No, it's funny because I always see, when I see skits in general, even when I see yours, I always think to myself, okay, there's truth to it, but maybe it's exaggerated. The fact that it's not exaggerated makes it that much funnier.
Oh my God. It's so like crazy because even the separation between my brother and I have a 10-year-old difference in age. So
Yeah.
I'm 22, my brother is 12. So just to see him grow up, and not that he doesn't deserve it, but just to see him get handed these things, a PS4, a PS5, a phone. His first phone, it's over there. It's an iPhone. First phone. My first phone was a Walmart phone. It was a track phone. And when I was good or I did good on a test, my father would buy me extra minutes to text and shit. My brother's got an iPhone. Like, it's crazy the way, I grew up as compared to.
I think
now.
I think it goes back to the being the youngest in the family, dude. I'm the youngest in my family. My brother's 10 years older than me.
Wow.
And I have a sister who's 7 years older than me. So, dude, I got my first phone at 11 years old, and it was a Samsung like slide touchscreen phone.
Wow.
Growing up, I was a spoiled kid. I'll be honest. I'm not gonna lie.
That's okay.
But
it's cool. It's cool.
I have to. You know what's crazy though? Because I wanted to bring this up. Like I mentioned I'm Italian as well. You mentioned you're Sicilian. I'm Calabrese. So there probably is that little bit of a difference in culture, probably a bit, right? But for the most part, it's generally the same. And we'll get into that after. But it's funny how like when I see you and your page and where you're from, like you guys are very like every Sunday you guys get together with family. You guys have all the Italian stuff. It's weird for me. It's not like that, man. We don't really even making tomato sauce. We're not doing it anymore for some reason. It's my parents are a little older now. It's a lot of work and stuff. So, it's just crazy to know that like I don't partake in the traditions, or like I don't like I don't see my nonna every Sunday like a lot of Italians do. I guess it's different. I'm one of the rare Italians that don't partake in stuff.
I don't want to rub it in your face, but now that you're speaking about traditions, I do want to tell you what I do.
Tell me, of course.
No, yeah, I mean, thank you. Every Sunday, we're definitely together. That's like a stereotypical thing. We are kind of eating pasta, so bread, but on a more traditional aspect, my nonna is always making the tomato sauce. Once a year she is doing that. Jarring it up, and then the funniest shit is like she'll literally put the tomato sauce in just crazy various types of jars. That plastic ricotta, container.
Yeah.
Tomato sauce in there. Just everything, jars, whatever she could find. And then we also do make homemade wine. So that is a tradition, not to sound morbid, but when my nonna passes away, I do want to continue that. I need to find a girl who can put up with this shit. Like, hey, honey, listen, we're going to have a good life and everything like that, but don't bother me September because I'm making wine with my children. You understand? So
my dad used to make wine too, but again, going back to the thing, he's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go buy it. I'm done. Like, my dad is it's funny. My dad's so old school, but he's so modern too. Like he just doesn't give a shit. He's like, I'll just buy it. It's the same thing.
I know. I mean,
it's funny because I'm sure if you told your nonno that, like for example, there's like this. I saw a skit about it too. It was like Italians drinking wine that's not their nonnos, and then I was like, "What kind of crap you drinking?" It's like, when in my day we used to stomp on the grapes with our bare feet, and it's like I don't want to drink that now. What are you doing?
My nonno tells me there's powder and there's weird chemicals inside, like $800, $1,000 bottles of wine. I'm like, no, I think it's made just the same way yours is being made. It's just fermented properly. He's like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. And then he's like, just come over here and help me with this wine. But he's made so many weird medieval contraptions to kind of crush the grapes. Like he has this wooden box contraption and he's attached a drill to it, like a legitimate drill for construction. He's kind of rigged it into working out for this wine crushing machine. We come from a very innovative type family. It's weird.
What does your nonno do, or what did he do for work?
The whole entire family. It's very stereotypical, but it's
construction.
Yeah,
there you go. Oh my
That's God. Literally all we do. I mean, my nonna would do nice cement driveways, nice brick fencing, nice nice brickwork from the front of your house. That's the way he worked, and I hear about it all the time. That's another thing. All of my cousins, and I hope they're all watching this shit, so I can put them on blast right now.
Let's go.
I am the only one who grew up, for the most part, with an abundance of respect. You don't understand, Adam, how many times I've heard I used your first name because it's true. You don't understand how many times my nonna would tell me the same story over and over and over. What do? I shut up. I listen like it's the first time. But some of my cousins, they're like, "Yeah, no, we know the story. We know." I'm like, "Shut your mouth! I got to finish." You know.
And,
You
and
know
let me
what I'm
guess.
saying?
And let me guess the story. Anthony, back in my day, we come off the boat, $2 in my pocket. I opened up a shoe factory.
Oh my lord! What did you know my nonna?
That's because that's literally my grandparents. They opened up my grandparents, they worked at shoe factories. They came to
Wow.
Toronto. Yeah. So, I was talking to Mike about this. Shout out Mike, Hardcore Italians. We were actually talking about this on our episode that you guys are a generation. Is it ahead? Yeah. You guys are like, for example, you guys are like third, fourth generation. And then Canada's like first, second generation. I think we're like
Oh, I
ahead.
understand what you're saying.
Like something like that. So for example, like back in like my grandparents came here in the late 50s, early 60s.
Okay, I believe I'm on track with you for that.
Probably,
For my nonna.
it's probably the same, but for like the
No, the majority you're talking
majority
about.
here came all
Hell
in the
yeah.
50s and 60s, right? So
Wow.
in Toronto, where I'm from, back in the day, they Toronto was built by Italians, right? It was like the construction, everything was Italian. Now it's like Portuguese and other stuff too, but like that's where the rivalry comes in with Italians and Portuguese, right? It's a little
Yeah.
fun little rivalry, right? But
No, of course.
but we love them, honestly. I don't know why everyone says it's such a stupid thing.
My aunt is actually Portuguese. My uncle married a Portuguese
Yeah,
Brazilian.
it's such a stupid thing. Like, oh, the Italians hate Portuguese, the Portuguese hate it's all bullshit. But literally, it doesn't make any sense. But when they came here, my grandparents, yeah, they opened up shoe factories. Came in probably $5 in their pocket. They came and they worked their ass
Wow.
off. And
That's
it makes
interesting.
it makes me proud to be Italian because I know I have my roots where it's like I know even though I don't partake in a lot of traditions now, and my family we're just kind of like whatever about it. We still embrace Italian. We have pasta.
Isn't it incredible? We make our pasta. No,
At least
but
three, 4 times a week we're making pasta.
sorry to cut you off, but it's just so motivating, so inspiring to me that these immigrants, like these people who don't freaking speak any English, they made like such a name for themselves. They grew to such heights. Like
Yeah.
people who live in America, they're lazy. Like they don't accomplish any of the things that our grandparents ever will. That's what I'm trying to get at, and it's amazing, and it's just so inspiring to hear these stories. I know you know the stories. I have my own family stories. It's just I really love hearing them. I really do. I love that. Sorry.
No,
I'm
no worries.
Italian. Everybody calls the house phone to gossip. My God, it's. I swear to God, it's my nonna. She wants to call me to gossip about my uncle. Yeah, that's the way it goes in this.
Anthony,
family.
put your mother on the phone. I got Oh my.
Oh, my Lord. Don't get mad. I'm sorry.
No, don't worry. It's okay, bro.
No, I feel bad.
It's funny. It makes it for a better authentic.
But this is real stuff. Like this is what I'm talking about. Like as soon as I'm done, I got the glasses to film my own skit and stuff. Like
guys, there's no bullshit here. This is legit. It's the real deal.
My God.
But it all goes back. It all goes back to what you're saying about your cousins kind of going to your grandparents, like Archie or no, like no, I've heard this story. It's not to say like they're lazy. I'm just saying it's like we don't really care anymore. I feel like even me, I'm guilty of it too, man. I sometimes I don't even care, like, or I don't think about the struggles they went through sometimes, right? I always think, yeah.
No, you go.
I'm like you in a way where I'm very old school. Like I'm old like an old soul, right? And I admire and appreciate all that stuff because every time I try to think to myself like, oh, I struggled this, that, like even my parents, man, they struggle too. My dad and my both my parents have their own businesses. They're both self-employed. They're entrepreneurs and stuff. You know what I mean? They have their own business. My dad's an accountant. He opened up his own firm. My mom's an esthetician. She has her own spa. So
congratulations on it. That's big. Good stuff.
Thank you, man. And I'm proud of it because when they grew up, man, they had no money, man. My grandparents, they worked at shoe factories and they tried to work hard, but they didn't have any money, man. You can probably relate to that same thing. They didn't have a lot of money back then.
It's crazy. So a weird type of thing. I don't want to give away too much because we're Italians are weirdly private about the weirdest shit.
I know, but same with us.
So I'm gonna try to be a little honest here, but not give away too much.
Yeah.
So my grandfather did mainly construction, and what you said, they take it to another level. So my uncles did work for my grandfather. They were the workers. I have three uncles. I had to think
Yeah.
about that. I'm slow. So three uncles, and they all worked for my nonna. But what they did was they went a different route. Instead of working construction, they do real estate now. So now my uncles own properties, and see how they took it to the next level. They're
Yeah.
focusing not more on the construction. They're like, okay, daddy taught us how to do construction. We're gonna take that and we're gonna own 20 properties. My
That's smart.
nonna, my nonna only owns like two properties. So they took what he did, expanded. So it,
No,
it's it's cool. It's
no,
cool.
no, it is, and I guess that's the main point of what our parents and our grandparents try to do for us. It's like it's like I said, the grandparents they didn't have much money. They opened up shoe factories, like I said, but then they passed on all the values to my dad and my mom. My dad worked 3 jobs, paid himself through university. Listen, I'm sure a lot of people watching this, your families probably take care of university, and if you're paying for it, then props to you because it's hard. It's a lot of money. Um,
Yeah.
but my dad, my mom didn't go to university because she didn't have a lot of money. So she took her thing to the next level in a sense, in a different way, where it's like, okay, I didn't go to school. Am I gonna sit here and just like cry about it? No, I'm gonna open my own thing. I'm gonna do something where what I'm gonna work with in my means. And my dad, the same
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. And my dad, he had 3 jobs. He went to university, graduated with honors. He opened up his own
Wow.
accounting firm.
Wow.
Yeah. So even though I didn't go to school, I told you I dropped out like 1 month in of college, right? But
Yeah. 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 You couldn't handle it. It was just too much. It was too boring.
it was just too, yeah, it was, and I was also cutting hair at the time. I was a barber. So it's just nice to see, I can ramble all day about myself. I'm not going to do that. So I'm going
But
to
that's
show
cool.
you guys, but it's cool. Yeah. The moral of the story is that we take something from our parents. We take something from what they've learned and what they've been through, and we try to make it our own after, we try to struggle less. Like our parents always try to give us everything in the world so we don't have to struggle. And then when we have kids, since I didn't struggle much at all, my kids are going to be so fortunate because I can give them the best life. That's what it's all about at the end of the day.
Something to add on to that, because if you think about it, without our grandparents, there wouldn't be our parents. Without our parents, there wouldn't be us. So we have to literally thank our mother and fathers and our nono and nonas, for all that they've done and given to us. But I don't know if this kind of relates to it. I think it does, but not to sound, too mushy, but sometimes I'll have days where, I'm too caught up in the moment, too caught up in life, and I'm just busy. But some days I'll just sit back, relax, and I'll just kind of think about all the things that I've been blessed with, not even the Instagram page, not even about that. I'm extremely blessed with that, but just as a whole, like I have a nice house. I come from a good upbringing.
Yeah.
And how many people were raised the way we were raised, and how many people were given the same morals that, we lived our whole life. Like you can't fake the way we were brought up. So it's
that's a very good thing to bring up that you can't.
It's nice to be appreciative. You have to be appreciative of what we were given.
Yeah, I like that, dude. It's nice to hear things like that, because that thing you just said about you can't fake that. Trust me, there's a lot of people who try to fake it, man. That's why social media pisses me off sometimes, because there's a lot of people out there that pretend to show this glamorous lifestyle. Oh, I'm so blessed, this, that, but you don't know what they're going through. Like people just think, oh, I want to be like, look at people like, I'm not going to say names of like celebrities, but you know the ones I'm talking about, the really famous ones, right? Like, and it goes to a bunch of them, but you always promote themselves, and then people always go, I wish I had their life. Look how much money, look at this, right? But at the end of the day, man, you see right through that. You can't fake it.
Exactly. You have to understand. You have to understand what each tool is utilized for. For example, money. Money doesn't buy you happiness. Money buys you financial freedom, which allows you to focus on the areas that will make you happy. Money's not going to buy you a wife or children. It'll buy you that nice car, that nice house, but you're going to be alone in that car. You're going to be alone in that house. You need to surround it with people you can trust, people you want to surround yourself with. So,
absolutely. No, and it's true. There's actually, do you know the guy Lilo Brancato, the guy who's
yes. Oh my God. Yeah, brother Jerry loves that guy.
Yeah, I had him on my show too, and one thing he mentioned to me, and he says that on his Instagram a lot. It's called the power of two. He says, God gives us 2 arms, 2 legs. We have two of everything, right? I know. Okay, we have 1 heart, 1 brain, but like the moral.
No, I feel you.
But he said about the heart and the brain, he goes, even though you have 1, he goes, it's important to have someone else to share that with. It sounds corny, but it's true. Like,
No, it's
yeah,
not corny at all.
it's true. Like, not everyone has to be with somebody. Not everybody wants to be with somebody, but I think it doesn't have to relate to dating someone or marrying someone. It's just a matter of surrounding yourself with good people, right? If
Yeah,
you're
1,000,000%.
you can be the most introverted person in the world, but sometimes at the end of the day, you need that company, you need the support, you need.
There's gonna be another introvert just like you. That's what's gonna make you bond.
Exactly. My girlfriend, I'm like in the middle. Like when it comes,
You're not an introvert.
I don't think so, but I like being at home. I'm an introvert in a sense where I don't like going places that much. I do, and
Sometimes I feel like I'm an introvert too. It's weird.
Yeah, I'm the same way, but I love talking. I love conversing. It makes me feel alive, right? So my girlfriend is kind of like an introvert. The same thing. She loves to talk, but she likes to stay at home. So when we're together, we enjoy our company, and it's the most beautiful thing, man. Like, because sometimes we'll just sit in silence, but just knowing that she's there.
That's a golden thing. When I was younger, sorry to cut you off. When I was younger, and in this whole relationship game, I was like talking to one of my uncles. I was like, Uncle Vin, is it cool if you and your girlfriend are alone in a room and you guys aren't talking? He's like, if you guys can handle that, and if you guys can achieve that, that's a beautiful thing. I was like, what the hell is this guy talking about? And now I'm like, oh shit, that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. It makes sense, dude. It even for me, like that. That's why it's that's why my group of friends. I only have like 4. I have about 5 close friends.
I got 3.
I got 5. I don't talk to anybody else. I mean, like I'm friends with people like
acquaintances.
Acquaintances and stuff, right? And like I'm sure if you lived in Toronto, we would be great friends too. It's just because you live in the States.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but it's like people I grew up with. I only have about 5 friends, right? In high school, I had so many friends, and that was when I used to smoke cigarettes, smoke weed. I used to drink. I used to be an idiot, right? Like, I'll be honest, I had fun, but
very honest. Look at you.
I know, yeah. I like being honest about this. I like being open, right? But it's I didn't get good grades in school. I should have. I just didn't try, right? So going back to what I said about surrounding yourself with good people, I surrounded myself with the worst people. And from Rocky Balboa, the first Rocky movie, remember when he talks to that girl? He goes, You hang around with yo-yo friends, you're gonna get yo-yo friends. Stupid friends. Love that movie. But that's the moral of the story. You always surround yourself with good people. So
that's the thing. Like, silly thing, how I met brother Jerry, actually, because not many people know this. We're not really related.
Oh, what?
He's just what? He's just my buddy. So I want to break this down for you. I was in high school. I was a freshman in high school, and I was going down the bad path for 1 month, only 1 month, because I met him in October.
Yeah.
And then we'll move on because this is more sappy stuff. So September, met him in October. September was a crappy freshman month for me.
Yeah.
I was hanging out with the wrong kids, but I will say I never smoked a cigarette in my life. And I've never done any form of weed in my life. So I'm hanging out with these kids, taking the bus to and from school. They're doing weird stuff, smoking on the bus, running around, being mischievous. I didn't understand anything because I didn't find my place yet in high school because I was very scared. I was alone. I didn't know anyone. So I hung out with who I knew. Just unfortunate, the ones that I knew weren't the good ones. So October now, I had a free period. I go all the way downstairs to the lunchroom. And I see this kid, Jerry, and he's surrounded with all these women who he knows. Yeah. So
what a guy.
Yeah. So I don't know why. I'm walking by, and these girls say to me, it's so weird because it sounds fake. But they're like, you got to meet this kid. All right. I don't even know who the hell you are, but yeah, let me meet this kid. So I sit down next to him, and he's like, hey, what's your name? Blah, blah, blah. Jerry. Hey, Anthony. Okay. They're like, you got to watch this impression. I'm like, what impression? I just met this guy for 5 seconds. What the hell? What's going on? He puts napkins in his cheeks. He does the Godfather impression.
Get out.
I was like, oh God, I'm in love. I'm in love with this man. I love this guy. So from then.
It was love at first sight.
Yeah. So we've been together for 9 years. He's my family now. Like, he's going to be the godfather to my first child. He knows my bank accounts, the locks to my house. We share mothers and stuff. Like his mom's my mom is his mom.
Oh, that's nice, dude.
I love him. He's the reason why we started the page. You
That's
know,
awesome. Well, dude, it's so funny to bring that up because I actually want to talk about your page. You know, you had this page for what? It was about 4 years now, right? 4 or 5 years.
is it that long already? Holy crap! Wow, maybe you're right.
Well, I saw in your story. I don't mean to be so like a stalker, but I was looking at
No,
when you
stalk it
started.
up.
I saw in your highlight. It was like one of the first things you were like 200, 300 followers. It was like 152 weeks ago. So I broke it down.
Cool,
I tried to do the math. 52. So it was about 4 years, I think. So I think about
awesome. No,
four.
Jesus Christ, I gotta call my nonna. No, but keep going, keep going.
So yeah,
Definitely, I apologize.
no worries. You started page 4 years ago, and it's cool because I see again going back to how you said about you treat every follower like a family member, right? So
Yeah,
I saw in your stories like that from the beginning, like on your highlights, it goes, "Thank you, family members, for 400 followers, 500." And the thing I like about what you do is that you treat everyone like every follower like it's important. You're not looking at like
oh yeah.
let's get to 10K, let's get 20. You're looking at let's get to 31.1. It sounds funny, but I like when you do that because it just shows that you're not looking at the 10,000th follower. You're looking at everybody matters.
Yeah,
Let's get to fucking one more. That's your mentality, right? So
it's
tell
so
us about
funny
this. Yeah,
because
tell us about that page a bit. Yeah.
at the end of the day, I mean, think about this. If you had, I don't know how big that room is right now, but I'm not in a big space right now. Think about this.
Semi
If
big.
you, okay, cool. If you had 30 people in there, isn't that a lot of people?
Yeah.
If you had 50 people in there, isn't that a lot of people?
It'd be too much. We had to kick some out.
So within a day or within 2 days or 3 days, I get 100 people. That's like 100 people. What? So it's like it's not just this lady down the road or that guy. Everyone who takes the time out to stop what they're doing, look at this kid, me, and support me and follow me. It's I don't know how to say thank you. I don't understand. I can't wrap my head around it. I really can't. At the end of the day, 30,000 family members isn't a lot. There's people, 400,000, a million, 10 million. But it's so real to me because people walking up and down the street and they'll stop me, they'll say hello to me, like people say, hey, are you that guy, your brother Anthony? I'm like, wow, it's so incredible to me. And I like trying to be somewhat inspiring and motivational to people. So I'm trying to break out and talk about other things, not just, hey, my nonna's got chin hair, let's make fun of my nonna. No, it's like, let's talk about dieting. Let's talk about, fitness. Let's talk about life. Let's talk about what makes you happy or what makes you sad. I want to keep everybody as involved as possible. That's why I make these story posts. Give me an idea for a skit. Give me an idea for a rant. I don't know. I don't know why I started calling people family members, but I just love that I do. I don't know. I don't know.
No, but dude, the reason why I like how you say you're gonna branch off to doing that, like dieting and not like talking to people about dieting motivational stuff, is because you've been through it.
Yeah.
What I hate the most is when people talk about something that they haven't been through, or it's like they don't know what they're talking about. They pretend to be like, "Listen to me, I know it all. I fucking." You know what I'm talking about? It's like, oh, but like the fact that you've been
Because
through that,
people can smell fakeness. People can smell that.
yeah,
So when I don't know anything, my mom taught me when you don't know something, just shut up and learn. But when you
yeah.
know, tell people. That's it.
Yeah, it's all about being
Yeah.
real. You're just being true. You're not saying you're not saying that you're the best. You're just saying this is what I know and this is what I can try to help you guys with. But
1,000,000%.
yeah, but the page that you started. So did you start it because going back to that Italian culture, like kind of being together with family, you wanted to showcase that? Like, so you mentioned that your ideas for the videos, they're not exaggerated, so they come from real life situations, right? That you're talking
Yeah.
about.
So I want to address both of those. So why we started it. So we did start it because of brother Jerry. I've always had this thing in my mind. I was like, just me and Jerry will talk. I'd be like, I think my family's crazy enough and funny enough to have their own reality show.
Yeah.